Hello. All right. Castlevania time. So I'm Metako, I run this game, and let's start with it, and we'll talk later. Do we have a name for the file? I can go for like a hard assumption that it's probably some derivative of Bob. And I'll wait until I'm told otherwise. Hey, so how are we all doing? Excellent. Well, we're not going to peak too soon. It's only going to get better from here. So hi, this is Twitchcon Europe. We are European Speedrunner Assembly, supporting the Movember Foundation. Did you know we've got a summer marathon coming up? You can get submissions in for that right now up until Tuesday. You should probably do that if you want to submit a game for it, and you've no reason not to.
All right, Metako, sorry for the delay.
All right.
Our name will be Bob.
Yes! That's cool. Right, okay. I hoped it would be. I can explain that later. Right, so if we're ready, then I'll just count down, and then we'll get rocking. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Huzzah. Right, so this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Really, really popular PS1 classic game. At the beginning of the game, I play as this character called Richter. He can do lots and lots of really cool stuff you'll see later on. But the important things you need to know is that I want 41 hearts at the start of this fight, going into the fight with Dracula. And that will allow me to have a heart refresh. And I'm going to need that to do a skip quite late on in the run. And I need to finish this fight with 0 hearts. And that will allow me to get a neutron bomb. And I'm going to need that for a skip coming up really, really soon. So, all right, so other things that get affected by that, depending on how quickly you do that fight at the start, will also affect your stats somewhat. So if you don't get hit, you start the game with full health. If you do it really quickly, you might get better strength. And there are like RPG elements, so when you do level up, you do get like X amount of like strength, spirit, wisdom, all that kind of stuff. And it can be anywhere, I think, between 1 to 4. So what I'm doing at this point is I'm going to set up for the first skip by killing a certain amount of enemies here. The most important thing is I kill 3 zombies. So there's 2. Need 1 more, and then that's me good to go there. So if I kill anything else, I'll get a level up. Other than the intended ones, and what I'm going to do is actually use the neutron bomb that I got and level up to cause me to go through a screen where I would normally get trapped by death, and he would take all my gear, and I don't want him to take my gear. So neutron bomb's on. We're going to line this up with a map. That should work. There we go. And then all being well, disappear through the screen, and then I'm into the next place. So really, really simple stuff to do. It's a reverse shift line, so if you're facing opposite the direction you want to go into or the door you want to go into, that's a reverse shift line, and you've got shift lines as well. And the principle behind that is just that. I level up on the right place. Equip my sword here. So my cursor's now on the second slot on the left column, if you will. And if I don't get any more items in the clock rush, which is the first 8 minutes of the game, then my item that I pick up afterwards, which is a library card, will be in an ideal position for me to pick up, because I'll just go straight to equipping it, because that's the empty slot right now. If I get other items, then I have to count exactly where they are, and then it can be a bit of a hassle to figure stuff out with that. You'll notice that I'm moving backwards. That's just a pretty common thing that we do in this game with Alucard. So the technique we call is shield dashing, and you basically alternate between using your shield and a backdash, and they cancel each other out, and it allows you to move really quickly. The most important thing you do is you do it consistently, so you don't have to do it super fast to move super fast. So a lot of the time you might see like runners who look like they're shield dashing like crazy fast, and they can absolutely do it, but as soon as you mess up like one of the inputs, or you like miss shield or miss dash or whatever, it tends to lose more time than you would by shield dashing slower and more consistently. So you don't have to worry about going absolutely bat crazy on the shield dashing to be able to get good good speed in it. Another thing that I've done is I picked up a relic called the Cube of Zoe at the start of the run, and that allows me to collect items from candles, like that. That's not one that I particularly want or care about, but one thing that I do care about is picking up hearts, because in this game we've got sub-weapons. So at the minute you can see a jewel, like a blue glowing jewel at the top of the screen, and if I want to use those, I'll press like up and attack. And there's one that I will be using in the quite near future. So I mentioned the clock rush earlier on. So the room after this, with the greatest guardians of all, the Fleamen, is the clock tower, or the clock room. And that's Maria. She's pretty cool. You can meet her later on as well. But the clock opens during even minutes and closes during odd minutes. Oh no, other way around. It's open during odd minutes and closes during even minutes. So I want to get back to that clock before the 8-minute mark. Hang on. I might have got it completely wrong. 8 minutes is when it opens. So you figure out evens and odds. I'm not having a good maths day today. So as long as I get back there before 8 minutes, I'm not losing any time, because it can't be open by then. In theory, if you're really, really fast in a way that no one has been able to actually do in real time yet, you could do it before 7 minutes. The fastest like sum of best time that we've ever gotten is a 7:02. So it's definitely possible, not even like theoretically, but it would take something pretty crazy and really impressive to do. So maintaining the stuff that I'm killing as well. You'll see like there's some enemies I'll avoid and some that I don't. And again, that's just to force correct level ups really from now on. And when I say correct, a level up animation takes about 1.5 seconds of you not being able to do anything at all. So like I'm going to avoid this guy. And that's just dead time. So we want to make sure that we're only leveling up ideally against bosses where we're probably going to level up anyway, because they do massive amounts of damage. Or the massive amount of experience, rather. And then just a much easier way to save things. So we can actually stack level ups as well. So I picked up a stopwatch, and I can freeze that boss with it. So that's Doppelganger. He's basically just us. Avoid that so that I can hopefully still have the library card in the correct item slot that I want. So stopwatch only gets used a couple of times, but it's really important that I actually have it in like the whole run, basically, because when I do need it, it's important. And if I need to pick it up later on, I have to go a little bit out of my way for it. And there's a really fun place where you can lose it and pick up an axe, and it's really easy just to not notice it, because you're just going to assume that you've got the stopwatch for the entire time. You can fall through that floor if you jump really precisely, but it's super hard to do. So yeah, I need to keep an eye on my clock. So you saw me pick up there the Skill of Wolf. It's another one of the relics, and that allows me to turn into a puppy dog, which is really nice because puppy dogs can actually jump much higher than Alucard can. So it allows me to pick up the garnet there, which I'm going to use for a duplication glitch later on. So now we're making our way back to the clock room that we were in a couple of minutes ago. And then we're going to do a little sequence break there using the wolf as well, because when you untransform from the wolf, you actually are able to dive kick. And as Alucard normally, if you just jump, you wouldn't be able to. So we can jump kick onto the candle, and that'll allow us to get into Olrox's quarters, which is pretty cool. So for this next little bit, I'm just going to do it as the wolf. Optimal shield dashing is faster than traveling as the wolf, but the wolf does not lose acceleration on stairs. So it's actually faster, optimally, for this particular segment, to do it all as a wolf. The next little bit's quite tricky. I do it a relatively safe and boring way by taking that large fall and then jump over there. You can do it fast without losing any of the acceleration on the wolf, and better runners than I will do that. And one in particular, not like gets mad when I don't do it and I haven't bothered learning it, but is less than happy that I still haven't learned how to do it. But as long as you get back before 8 minutes, you're not losing time. So here we go. Turn into the wolf, untransform, allows me to dive kick off the candle, and then we can continue on. Yeah, you don't want to pick that up. That's an example of 1.5 seconds of picking up items that you don't need. So we're going to move our way to the Colosseum. That's where we can get the library card, and the next boss we have to fight, and another relic. There's a big heart right here we can pick up if we want. And again, we're just... Basically, it's just finding what's the best movement to be able to get through there. Like spacing out your shields and shield dashing so that you know how far you are from the enemy to make sure that you don't waste space going to them. There's some subtle manipulation stuff here. If you walk towards these skeleton masters or blade masters, they will jump over you. But if you do like that particular combination of movement or whatever, you can kill one of them really easily and then the other one slides under you. Cool. And the other jumps over. So that's Minotaur and Werewolf. That's the next like, boss fight, if you will. You can do a really cool double kill on those. So if you kill enemies in the same frame, you don't have to go through the double like level up animation from them, which is really nice. But I actually need the mana that it would cost because you need to cast a spell to do that. So I'm actually heading back. And 80% we would just use the library card straight away. But I've got a little item I need to pick up here. Hello. Let's try that again. Are you serious? Well, it's not a real SoTN run. Dark Metamorphosis is the ultimate maneuver. So, shield rod's what I want. I picked up a Night Shield earlier, so that's why I had to move to get onto here. And now we've got the hardest jump in the game. So this is books. It's another like little sequence break type dealy. So as long as I move correctly and the book does what it's supposed to do, then I'll be able to get onto a ledge where I wouldn't be able to without the wolf. So here we go. There it is. Lovely. So, thank you very much. You're too kind. But that is, it's quite precise, but a lot of people get trouble with the books there. If you move incorrectly or improperly and you do dive kick onto it, it can hurt you. So it's just important you're in the right place at the right time. Okay. This is a cool glitch. I'll explain it afterwards.
Thank you.
I'm interested in... I'm interested in this.
Oh no. Okay. This is garnet mashing. It's quicker to mash the garnets than it is to actually hold right, which is a bit of a bummer because it makes this a lot more effort than it could be. Right. Items. Here. Should be everything I need. Shield Rod spell. Shield Rod spell is the most powerful thing in the game. It's just broken as get out. Okay, Mana Prism, and we're good to go. So, the idea behind that is that the Alucard shield, in conjunction with the Shield Rod, and you use the Shield Rod spell, it gives you properties. You can do it with any of the... Oh, I messed that up. I'm trying to do a cool thing here. Hang on. And it gives me, like, tons of damage. Oh, whatever. We'll just do it this way. Go. So, it's like 180 damage per second or something like that. It's just absolute tons. So if I just use my shield now, it is my weapon for the rest of the game. I'm not actually going to attack anything with like a sword or buffalo stars or anything like that, except for one point in the game. And you can see it does just huge amounts of damage. So that's why I get that. I also bought a duplicator so that I can infinitely use items as well. And once I get past the elevator, we'll go through the ferry card bit. Alright, you can get through without bonking. Pretty okay. So this is like the hardest skip, but it's honestly not too bad. There we go. So you can go into the floor. Yes, yes, clap for that. That's impressive stuff you've just seen. Right, so very quickly, the ferry card glitch. The idea is there's a weird thing when the fairy speaks. So all you do is you equip the fairy card, and as soon as she speaks, like you go into the area with the shopkeeper. That allows you to go into the menu when you shouldn't be able to go into the menu. And when you do that, you can equip the garnet. And the idea is that you've got one garnet. So you go into the menu to sell it, the game knows you've got one, then you equip it, well you've got 0, and obviously, like, 1 take away 0 is 255, so that's basically what happens, and then you've got an absolute ton that you can sell. So, sell a bunch of garnets, get lots of money, buy really cool stuff. Mana Prism refills my MP, Duplicator means I can infinitely use items. I get a Buffalo Star. It's a really powerful weapon. I only need it for one place in this particular run, but it gets used a lot in the any % run. And then the library card, so I can get back to the library later on. We got another fight here. Gone. So yeah, going through the floor, it's a weird thing with the wolf's hitbox and untransforming. So as the wolf, if I'm running against stairs and I like untransform in a very particular way and jump into them and things like that, I can make the hitbox go really weird. And the idea is that I just slip inside the stairs. You can do it in a bunch of different places. And it's really cool. So now I've got some really nice movement options. So I also picked up the bat relic, which allows me to transform into a bat, and it's got probably like the most versatile move set. So you could do what's called infinite wing smashing, which I'm doing now, which is just doing a wing smash where you just glide across the screen as a bat. And if you chain that input, then you can just do that forever. And the game's totally fine with that. Then you've got, hang on, get him. Oh, dude, come on. Right, Hippogriff's playing well today. So you've got like bat dashing, where you like reverse dash and then turn into a bat, which is a pretty quick way to move. There's another skip. Oh no, okay, let's do this. That's coming up. Okay, here we go. So I align here, go down. Should only take 3 wing smashes. Okay. Okay, if I get hit, it messes up my alignment, so I need to make sure that I'm in the right place for this. Let's do it again. Okay. Heart refresh. Okay, so I'm too far for that. I don't want to go through the screen. I want to be in the other one, so... Okay, hopefully this works. If I land on the bell, you'll know it's worked. There we go, and I'm out of bounds. So that's chapel skip. Okay, I get the feeling I'm going to have to tell you what's worth clapping for and what's not. That's really easy, but yeah, just keep clapping. It's great. It makes me feel wonderful. No. All right, I mean, you've got 20 minutes of this to keep up. What are you stopping for? So that's a pretty cool one. There's various ways that you can do the chapel skip. That's like the coolest one, I guess. And for a while, it was up for debate whether or not that was actually the fastest way to go about it. But with the current strats and menus, like that's the way we like to do it. The other one's pretty cool. You kind of like just go, like continue to go down the bell tower basically, and then you use the shield rod spell. And in the other way of doing it, you don't actually kill the earlier bosses that I've done with the shield. You do it with a Buffalo Star instead, and it's pretty cool, and it's still really fast. But this way works really well. Works really well. So another thing you'll probably see me doing, I've got that mist ability. So it allows me to pass through gates, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's a neat thing to be able to do anyways. But I can also speed up the transformation by going from Alucard into a bat by using mist. So we call it mist batting. So if I just go into bat, it takes a while. Transforming in and out of the animals takes a bit of time. But if I do a mist first, it's just quicker. So there's another little form of movement that I haven't mentioned, which is the bat kick. So when I got the leap stone, that gave me a double jump. So if I jump once and jump twice, I can then dive kick. The same way that I did when I untransformed from the wolf earlier on in the clock to do that. Now I've got gravity boots, which is like the fastest way to move. That's really, really cool. So I'll be showing those off in a bit. I just feel like I really want to go through the floor again. So I think we should probably do that. Wait, is the table still alive? That's amazing. I've never seen that. There we go. Oh, look. There we go. That's the bat. Okay, good. So I'm now in caverns. Yeah, man, that's like... That was like a whole like 2-frame window on that. incredible plays. So this is like a really janky area, the caverns. And the idea is like there's just a bunch of options. Like I could like be constantly kicking, diving all the way down there, and I can do various like transforms and things. But we figured the best way is actually just to shield dash down it the old-fashioned way, because it's really consistent. Here's another fight. Fun bit of information. When I beat this enemy, I'm going to hold left afterwards because I can make the cutscene start faster by going there. Or I can press the Xbox home button. That's also really important. I genuinely did that once in a run, and I think it was a case of, it was just such a dumb mistake. One of the mods was just like, if you get a world record with this, we'll kind of just like scrap it off and pretend it never happened. So now you can see this blue, like, lighty orb type dealie. That's the gravity boot. So I can like just like zoom up in the air really, really fast from that. I do not want to dive kick here. Oh, it's fine. Never mind. I didn't get the transform anyway. Normally you can move quite freely here. We're just gonna do this, and just go into here. So Worm, very easy. And then the actual boss is upstairs. So I want to actually fight this one from a distance. So I'm going to equip my. Where are my Buffalo Stars at? There. Oop. There we go. And let's just glitch the game out and just go through the floor. So that's just a bit faster. Mana Prism. There. Why is it? It's because I've got 2 Buffalo Stars. Okay, carrying on with the game. So a lot of this is just really like careful, nice wing smashing. And bats and toads. Frogs are terrifying in this game. Like, they are the scariest thing by far. The most powerful enemy is not any boss. It's literally the wildlife. And the scenery as well. It's pretty hard. So, like, one of the final bosses is actually just, like, a staircase. Because it's super hard to navigate in. And this is, like, all really tight stuff. So, we call this little skeleton dude there Donkey Kong. Because he chucks barrels. It seems fairly obvious. But if I go through him, I'll kill him with the bat. And oh god, the frog. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Throw the barrel. Throw the barrel! Okay, we made it. That's fine. Okay. Told you, man, those frogs are scary. Yes. So that might not seem like anything at all, but the problem is, if I get like too close to Donkey Kong, he'll throw the barrel early and it won't blow up the bridge. Or if I get hit by it, it doesn't blow up the bridge and I have to go and sort it out again. But as I was saying, like, we don't want to kill him when we like travel through him towards the right, because we can actually just like reset his position by going onto the bridge. So it saves us having to go through the screen transition, which is what we used to have to do, as long as everyone plays nice. And that frog was out for me, dude. That was a vicious frog. Right. Oh, nah, I'll go for it another time. You can go through the floor there. It's like, that is the hardest one where there's no setup for. And it's all like sub-pixel dependent and stuff. So it's like basically just like really precise, too precise for the human eye. You just hope for it. You can do it. Like, people get it now and again, but like no one really goes for it in a run seriously. Gremlins are pretty scary. Okay, next boss. I'm gonna get hit. And dead. So let's go back to the library. Library card. Boop. Lovely. So now you're going to see that this is like, I actually went underneath the library the last time. So now I'm going to go through it properly. So you can do lots of cool like terrain boost things here. So you can move the bat up and down, and you can influence that literally just by holding that direction when you wing smash. So one of the things that's like really important to get good at is like your wing movement or your bat movement. Because it makes a big difference, like how accurately you move. The most important bit of speed tech is coming up as well. It's a double front slide. So you can do a front slide with a double kick as well. And if I don't get it, you reset for it because it's so important. Here we go. I didn't get it. Let's go again. That's 1. That's 2. There we go. The run can continue. Okay. So I'm going to do another cool skip with the wolf again. And we're just going to open that up. That's not it. There we go. There we go. So there's normally a cutscene there. You can fight Richter. If you want to do it properly and get into the second castle, which I'm going to now, you also need the holy glasses to see the true form. And then you can go through properly. But if I just do that, I can skip past it. So the principle behind it is the gravity boot. As the wolf, there's like 1 pixel that I can just jump past or jump through. That skips the cutscene basically and puts me into like this like out of bounds kind of state. And if you were to go into like the screen above or see things behind, you can actually like get a cool effect where you see the castle outside even though you're inside. And that just allows me to skip the cutscene, just go past that altogether. So second castle, the same as the normal castle, only upside down.
Do I have time to jump in real quick, Peter?
Oh, you jump wherever you want.
Oh, well, that's... all right. We have a couple of donations right now. $10 from Anonymous, and then $5 from Anonymous, and $20 from Iron Oxide 1527. So thank you very much for that. I'd also like to mention that later on today, we have 2 different upcoming goals that we are very close to meeting. The first one is TMR, or the Mexican runner, is going to do, or attempt to do, the blindfolded turbo tunnel. You may have seen it at ESA Summer. And he's going to try and recreate the magic that we saw there last year. We are only $88 away right now for that. So, and that's the next run coming up. So you got to be quick with those donations if you want to see that happen. And also, Cheese later on is doing Super Mario 64. And assuming we don't run too far behind, we're going to get him to do a 16-star run right after 70-star. And we need $75 more for that. So if you want to get those met, TMR is coming up soon. You've got more time for Cheese, but yeah, get those donations in quickly.
There's
Also, Twitch Prime.
There's always time for Cheese. All right, so I mean the general consensus for the rest of this basically is just going to be various forms of batting around the castle and shielding into bosses. So I'll see. I've got the stopwatch. This is the bit where I need to check if I have the stopwatch or not. Because if I want to pick it up again, it's the next areas where I can get it. So go down here. These skeletons are the strongest enemies in the game. So if they do like their lightning beam thing there, like that's... I don't know if it can one-shot you. It can definitely two-shot you though. Quite scary. So that'll gravity boot. You can also gravity boot in diagonals as well. I do a double mist here. Misting just lines me up with the middle of this column, which means that I don't bonk whenever I go through it. If you do it as a bat, you actually have to realign afterwards, which is kind of lame, so we're not going to do that. Look, it's our old friend again. And he still can be frozen. That's why we want the stopwatch. It is a nightmare fight without it. Really, I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. It is if you're Richter. And Richter doesn't get a stopwatch. So if you don't do the fight properly with Richter, then you're going to have a real bad time with it. These are Rock Knights. They're also horrible enemies, and that their hitboxes are janky as get out. So where their rocks are physically on the screen is not always where their hitboxes are. So you can just get like walloped by a Rock Knight and have no say in it whatsoever. They just do what they want. Okay, next boss is Death. That's been four. Okay, so he can kind of like move wherever he wants, like left or right and things like that there. There are better places for him to go, for you to get him quicker. If he moves like that, that was a bit awkward to get through, so it's okay. Okay. Bats are also the worst. Okay, go. Wing smash. Or that. Man. And line up here. Go through here. Little here. Straight up. To the left. To the bat. To the right. Miss bat. Line up here. Gravity boot. And you just don't bonk. That's just good things to know. Oh, we're not coming up to my kryptonite. Galamoth's area. This is horrible to move in. So, when you level up, the game like halts your inputs, kind of. Let's see, how's the best way to describe what it does? So if I'm mid-input, so if I'm doing like the input for a wing smash, and I get a level up during that, it will cancel everything, or it freezes it, so I have to time it really carefully. So if I get a level up, I have to redo the entire sequence of inputs. And if you're unlucky, what will happen is you run out of your bat. This is Galmal, so if you play the game, you know, like, he's the super boss. That's supposed to be like the really hard thing to kill in the dungeon. But I mean, again, you do like infinite damage every frame, which is not what we do, but we pretty much do. It's considerably easier. Is that what's in? Let's go back again. Oh, gravity boojing. So far, we've been very fortunate. The level ups have not affected me. Oh, yeah. So this is clean, which is good. Alright.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yeah, go for it.
So Anonymous donates 5 and says, too bad you don't stay long enough in each area to appreciate the music.
Agreed. Agreed. And there's not like a longer category where we can ever do that. Like, except, oh, there's 100% map completion. So if you ever want to see that, that's like a 2.5-hour run or something like that. And you have to go through like every single like tile to see what's going on.
Are you going to submit that to ESA Summer?
I think that's probably a good idea. I should do that.
That is a fantastic idea. And
yeah,
you know what else is a fantastic idea? The fact that we are extending ESA submissions until after TwitchCon. So if you're currently at TwitchCon or even at home, and you still don't know what to submit for ESA Summer in July, you still have chance. A couple more days we'll be extending it for. Yeah. So be sure to submit your favorite games if you want to show us what you can do, basically.
It's true. The smartest of plays. Yeah, Medusa's gone. What? Oh, I was meant to Mana Prism for invincibility. Okay. It's really important that I bat late there, otherwise I'll not actually make it up to that ledge. There we go. So we're now going to fight Akmadun. Akmadun's he's pretty nasty. If he grabs you, you've had it. He doesn't do like tons of damage or anything like that, but he wastes a lot of time. He also takes a lot of time to do anything, like to come out of the coffin and engage in conversation and things like that. Just a real slow dude. So you don't want to get too close to him, because he will grab you. But if you use your Mana Prism to get invincibility too early, then it'll run out and then he'll wallop you, and it just takes forever. He's also got the longest death animation, so this is a place where runners normally just do a bunch of front dashes. Like this. It's when his feet start to disappear is when you can go through. Right now. Okay. Saw it coming a mile off. Here we go. So, imps. Nasty. So you got some really scary enemies here. These Minotaurs can do tons of damage. Unfortunately, Alucard's like, he can tank a lot. He can do a lot of damage, and he doesn't really suffer too many problems. I'm gonna freeze these. If anyone's played CV3, you'll know these characters. That's the specific way of doing the fight. So start from the left, work your way around. Make sure they're dead, because it's really easy to like do plenty of damage to them, not actually take quite enough of the hit points off, and then not realize. And then you're sitting running after them because they move around real quick and an awful lot. Okay. Alright. I also bought a Jewel of Open, and literally for this door, this is the only blue door that in the game, and I need that. Okay. One more to go. Up here. They're invisible like butterfly type enemies here, which can hit you, which is really annoying. So don't do that. Okay. Up here. So this is the last skip. Yeah, line up. Heart refresh. This should work. I'm pretty sure I was on the ideal pause frame for it. So here we go. And I'm in the ceiling. Lovely. So wing smash 7 times there. You can do anywhere between 5 and 7. As long as you're precise about it, you'll end up in the other room. Okay. This is Dracula's chamber. This is Shaft. We would have seen him earlier in the first castle, but we skipped that bit. Really easy kill. We've got one last boss. Tell you what, if we change that estimate to 35-15, we'll probably do it. Not that I'm saying anything. Or why should we play the fun game? I'll donate $1 for every second I go over estimate.
I would much rather just laugh at you for going over estimate.
It's not okay. So do you want me to play the blame game right now, Ben?
Yeah, go on. Actually, yeah, go on.
Someone was responsible for setting my estimate to 40 minutes and not 35 time, by the way. But somehow I see just a little 35 sitting there. Yeah, I'm it's still going. Okay.
At Tech, Monka S point right clock.
New game plus.
Fear not. I had my
All right. I mean, well, we've got another run to do, so we might as well just like get onto that nice and quickly. Also, I'm supposed to remind someone about like a layout change. So someone who knows what that means, do that thing. So the guy that we played at the start, Richter, we're not going to do like a full run with him. I say full. It's the 90% run. It's the shortest one. That was all bosses with Alucard. That's where we've beaten all the bosses. And this one, we're just going to storm through it. Sweet. Right. This is basically like, if you want to say anything for like the entire time, Ben, you can absolutely do that. The general idea behind Richter, so he's what we call a simple glass cannon, does tons of damage, dies to one shot to most things. If I try to do quality commentary, it won't work, and I will die, and I could possibly die anyway. So someone else can do all the chit-chat while we rock up with this run. The most important thing, I slide along the floor a lot, I do swirly dashes a lot, and I summon thunderstorms a lot. That's pretty much what you're going to see. So are we ready? So here we go. This is a Richter any percent. 3, 2, 1, go. So these are the blade dashes I talked about. Floor slide, jumpy vaulty kick, sliding, jumpy.
Sounds like you've got this down.
More sliding. I could just say what I'm doing. Slash, slash. I go through this guy. There's another one. There's one more. Jumpy deal. Thingamajiggy there. If I line it up correctly, I don't bonk my head. Well, I mean, let's just pretend I didn't bonk my head. Go in the hole. Okay, we're solid. Here we go. There are things that we can say that we shouldn't say, so let's not say them.
There are things that I can say, and I should say them because they're donations.
Let's think them together. Okay, go for it.
All right, so first off, we got Anonymous for $25. Thank you very much. Anonymous with 10 saying, let's make Turbo Tunnel happen. It's gone off my screen, so that probably means that it's been met. I'll check that while I'm reading. And then, it probably has been met then because Axiom Effect donated $55 and said TMR beat the game. So I assume he put that towards the incentive. Thank you very much for that. Isaac Sterney donated $25. Thank you very much. And Arenesis donated 10 and said the curried sausages tasted like sausage and not so much curry.
Just do it properly then. If anyone saw my...
Just do it properly.
Yeah,
Forehead.
if anyone saw me explain Irish stew at ASA Summer. I shared my recipe for curried sausages with my stream the other day. People said, "Oh, that sounds really nice. I'm going to try that." I'm like, "You should." Curried sausages are really good.
Can't say I've ever had curried sausages.
Apparently, no one else had. It was like a completely new thing that I didn't invent by any means, but
The first person ever to put curry on sausages.
yeah, that's me. Remember that as well. Crow. Crow. Okay.
I
Important
can also mention in the meantime, as Metako mentioned right at the start, and we've kind of hinted at, but I'll give you a full-on explanation of basically who we are and what we're going to be doing in summer. So we are ESA, European Speedrun Assembly, and we're a series of charity fundraising marathons revolving around speedrunning primarily. And then for one whole week in July, there'll be about 600 of us gathering together to present world-class gameplay on twitch.tv/ESA Marathon, completing games as fast as possible while raising money for a good cause. We also host a variety of partnered events on their Twitch channels throughout the year. Right now, if you go to twitch.tv/ESA Marathon 2, you will see Speedcon, which is happening right now. We kind of booted them off to get onto the mainstream, so big L to them. But yeah, check them out if you want to see some, like, if there's a run here that you're not interested in, which you should be, or if you want to get them on like 2 monitors or something, have them both at the same time, then yeah, you can check out Speedcon 2019 on ESA Marathon 2 right now. We also, later on this month, we have Blaster Process from the 19th to the 21st of April, and also Hackathon from the 26th to the 29th. They'll both be on the main ESA Marathon channel. So yeah, if you want more ESA content, be sure to smash that follow button. Sub with Twitch Prime if you want to get a shout out.
Smash like. Hello? Down, down. Okay. There we go. Okay. Tombstones are scary. They do a lot of damage. Everything does a lot of damage. Everything's scary. I don't know why I'm just saying tombstones are. Okay, okay, okay. Don't get hit by the balloon. The little thingamajigs don't do much damage, but the balloon itself will kill you. Okay, Medusa. Easy fight. So another thing that can happen here is because SoTN moment is what we call it. Actually, I'm going to pick this up as a super safety just in case. Balloon pods can kill you. And sometimes you can just hit them without actually touching them, like hitboxes again. You get invincibility frame during the slashes, but it doesn't always work out for you. Okay, this is the scariest room in the game. You'll see why soon. Get out. Okay, we're fine. Hearts are good. Okay, now for the actual scariest room in the game. These are the Minotaurs again. Don't get hit by them. I'm not going to do the fancy thing. I'm going to do the thing that doesn't get me killed. Which is that. That's the safe way of doing it. You can like do some really fancy cool stuff there. But I do not have the testicular fortitude for that. I'm dead. But it's fine. Check this out. Boom. What? It's like I... Okay, hang on. It's like I never left there. Okay. So I'm just demonstrating the enemy's potential here. Right. Dude! Blade dash. Up, down, down, left, attack. I swear it works. Okay, here we go. This is going to work this time. Yes. Also yes. Woof. Okay. Good. Not dead yet. Line up here so that I don't get hit by the little werewolves. If I don't line up, I will just land on one of them and they'll kill me as well. This guy can kill you as well, so let's not die to him. Run! That sword is powerful. Okay, this is like the other hardest room in the game. And just in terms of like the actual speed tech you're meant to do. Damn it. So basically, you like uppercut and then blade dash, and it just looks really cool if you get it cleanly. So when you bonk, you've got 4 frames before you can do any inputs that'll be registered by the game. So that you have to time it really precisely so you don't bonk. Right, this is the end of the game again, basically. So when the clock rings, the thing opens at the top, and I go up in the elevator. And then we don't have to fight Dracula. Oh yeah, one of the cool things about Richter mode is you don't find any cutscene bosses. So instead of like just reworking it so you didn't have the cutscene to watch, they just got rid of the bosses altogether, so you didn't have to bother with that. So a little faster thing. I'm gonna go down here first because that means that I can get up here quicker. And then we've got Shaft. So I'm going to do the fun thing with Shaft. So the Hydro Storm ability, like the sub-weapon thing that you do with Richter. There we go. Also has a really cool thing where you can like throw holy waters and you can do like damage every single frame, and it does a ton. So if he dies, oh, time by the way, we're good. That's what happens when things go well. Hey, can I take my 21 spare seconds off this run and
you
put that
absolutely cannot.
Oh, but then I literally hit estimate on everything.
Don't care.
All right, fine. Well, there you go. So that's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The general things like speedrun.com/SoTN. There's a Discord server called the Long Library. Tons of people, really friendly, really approachable. Lots of really high quality runners who are really supportive, who don't care like what level you're at or what you're doing. Really simple game to learn. It looks really flashy, but there are lots of consistent ways of doing stuff. So don't stress about learning like skips and tricks and worrying about subpixels and frames and whatever. Like we've got albums and pictures and videos and stuff to help you out with that. So I 100% get involved with speedrunning Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There are a few submissions already for ESA Summer, so if you haven't done that, you probably should, and we can have like a rockin' Castlevania block. But other than that, it's freaking Battletoads, man. So let's just get on with the show. So thanks again. I'll see you all later.